and welcome to this week's Umbraco DevRel Deep Dive. I'm Lottie, and I'm joined by Sebastian. Hi, Seb.
Hello.
And also this week, we're joined by Phil, another colleague from HQ. Hey, Phil.
Hello.
I think your job title, I checked this on Slack, Phil, Staff Engineer, open brackets, AI, close brackets.
Yeah, the brackets are so important in this.
They are very, very important. It says, you know, all the things. Currently, we're asking you to spend all your time working on AI, which is a bit of a hint as to what I think we're going to be covering today, Seb. What do you think?
Yes. I was playing with my new friend Uncle Claude Code a few days ago because I wanted to have a GitHub User Picker in my Umbraco website. And as soon as I showed off my Claude skills, that's a hint to where we're going in a minute. Lottie was like, "Hey, can we do this on video instead of you just doing it somewhere in hidden?"
Yeah, well,
I would like to see what you've done.
It was my way of wanting to see you do it, and instead of just me seeing you do it while we were actually sitting at the booth at NDC London last week, we thought we'd wait and we'd record it this week so other people could see how you use these tools, because lots of people are still starting their journey with using them and realizing how they can save you time and reliability, and maybe use some of the, still to some people, newer features of the back office, help you make more progress there. So I'm going to shut up if I can.
Really? Yep.
And,
I mean, you may talk.
Oh, thank you so much.
We invited Phil over because he's been working on Umbraco Skills, specifically skills for Umbraco, and he got inspired after he heard what I did and expanded them a little bit more. So he's going to talk to us a little about that as well. I'll share a screen and we can get started. I'm blissfully unprepared, so I have a terminal open and I have a single page on GitHub open, and that's where we're going to start. Let me just check entire screen. Which one do we want to share? This one.
And I'm hoping we might start with actually what is a skill.
Oh.
I got slightly disappointed when I learnt it's just a markdown file. I thought there was slightly more to it.
Wow.
It can be just a markdown file, but I'll let
Go on, Phil.
say more.
Maybe you could explain.
So skills can be just a markdown file, but they can be so much more. Skills were released in October last year, and they quickly became very, very well received, and everybody got very excited about them, because what they enable you to do really is to have an area that you can put in information about how to follow a process, and you can also split that out into multiple files. For the first time, it was a folder rather than a file that you just put information into, and that was quite, I know it sounds silly now, but that was quite mind-blowing really to see that happen. And you can also put scripts in there, so you can have deterministic code in there as well. So and the things that you can do with them are, well, I'm still exploring 2.5-3 months later as to what's possible with them. The other great thing about skills, there's a lot of learning that came from MCP and how that was injected, or the MCP definition was injected into the context window for the AI. And what skills do is they use something called progressive discovery. And the idea behind progressive discovery is that you only put the smallest amount possible into your context when you boot up your AI, and then it will read that as a catalogue of things that are enabled for it for a particular task, and the LM will pick only the relevant ones and then pull in parts to that, initially the skill documentation, and then further files within that, and as and when it needs them. So it's incredibly efficient. It's something called active context management, which is really cool.
And that saves me from using a lot of tokens to do things. What the MCP server in the beginning of MCP did was it pulled in all of the descriptions of everything it could do, and then we only used one endpoint or MCP server thing, and it kind of wasted all of those tokens. But skills are very minimal, and they will know how to ask for more if they need to.
Yeah, and MCP has started to take the same path as well.
Mm-hmm.
So now they don't pull in all of the schemas, all of the descriptions, everything for it. So they follow the same pattern of just having the title and a small description behind it. So MCP is really as efficient now as skills. But skills are something completely different. I've had lots of conversations as, do you need MCP when you've got skills? And yes, I think they're very different. I'm not interested in really one good thing following another, and this is a palette of options that you have available to you, and yeah.
Yep. So you have been working on some Umbraco Backoffice Skills for a while. It still says it's an experimental, but it's pretty solid these days. And while we were talking, you added a few more things to the skills because you discovered that my favorite website, Package Script Writer, now has an option to create all of this from the CLI, from the command line interface, which is very cool. And you've added some stuff to help with that. But as I said, I'm completely blank. I haven't even started Claude here. I love starting Claude very dangerously. Don't
I have
don't look
noticed
at my screen.
So.
Can you set up aliases? Because if so, you should have Sebastian mode.
Claude in Seb mode. Yeah. And let me just start by following the quick start, and you can correct me if I'm wrong. So right. I'm here adding a plugin marketplace, which is basically pointing to this GitHub repo, I'm guessing.
It is. I'm
sure what it does. Yep. Okay. And then we can install the plugins that we can use from that marketplace. So we have Umbraco Backoffice Skills from the Umbraco Marketplace. And, I have to make some choices here. Oh, yes, install for me. I can install it for my user. So that means it's always available in any project that I have. That's perfect. And
so, I mean, just to interrupt, for me, marketplace means I sort of think about a website like the Umbraco Packages Marketplace, where it's a separate, curated somehow collection of skills. Is that the equivalent, or is it you've just released this GitHub repository in a way that it behaves like a marketplace?
Yeah, so I don't know why. So this is Anthropic's understanding of what a marketplace is. And I think it's a bit of a weird name for it, to be honest. It took me a while to become used to it. And really what a marketplace from their perspective is just a GitHub repository, or it can be GitLab or any other things. And all you do is you put a JSON file into a special folder which says that it's a marketplace, and it picks that up. And the reason that they've called it a marketplace is because you can have multiple collections of plugins that are attached to one marketplace. So in this example, Seb's just installed the Backoffice Marketplace and the Backoffice testing skills as well. So yeah, it's to install all those three things basically. But yeah, I agree with you. It's a bit of a weird name behind it.
Yeah, but it's basically saying here is the home of some skills, and it's just the way of saying I want to add these skills to the catalogue that.
And it's not just skills that marketplaces and plugins can have. You can also have commands, which commands and skills have been merged now. But you could have commands in there, and you can have you can also have agents as well if you want to distribute those, sub-agents. And you can also have hooks as well if you want. So you can centralize and distribute your entire Claude code, or it's turning into marketplace from a standard, so into many of these AI tools now. So Cursor and Gemini CLI as well, I think, does it, and GitHub Copilot CLI does it as well now, I've seen.
Okey-doke. So yeah, I've added both of the skills that were available here, but these are new ones that you've added. So this quick start one will start setting up Umbraco with some options.
So really, sorry.
This one. Yes, go for it.
Yeah, so first of all, in Claude Code, it might be okay with this, but it's probably a good idea to restart Claude Code.
Oh yeah, I did say that, yes.
Yeah.
Instructions, who reads them?
Restart Claude to load the new plugins, that's good.
Yeah.
I shall do that.
Okay, and now if you put /skills, you should see all your skills
I should
available.
see them, exactly. That's a lot of them.
Yeah.
Very many different little skills for Umbraco, which is
But
really nice.
as you can see there, we've got 25, 30, 40 tokens.
Yeah.
And that's pretty good. That's what you want to see is a few number of tokens taken up as possible. And with MCP, it could be up to 600 to 900 tokens for each one. So it's on 90% improvement is what they've done here, which is great.
That's really nice. Yep.
And as you have in Sonnet and Opus, you had 20,000 tokens as your context window. So it's small scale. Yeah.
Indeed. All right. Should I use this quick start one to get an Umbraco instance up and running? This one is a manual one.
Use the quick start one. So the idea behind quick start is to quickly set up a solution. So before I had this, that is the name of the demo of the Umbraco demo. So the first one. Yeah.
And this is the extension that I want to write.
Extension. Yeah, yes. That's the one.
And I will do my regular so that my password manager knows what's going on.
I was talking to someone the other day. We need to standardize this.
Yeah, but if you do, it becomes a security issue because people start deploying this.
I mean, I'm going to suggest test@test.com is a security issue out there. So this the first parameter after your Umbraco quick start command of GitHub. That is the name of your site. So you're creating a site called GitHub.
Yeah, so we're going to create a site called, what this is going to do, what Quick Start does.
Test site, it makes it a bit more clear what's going on.
I'm
going to recreate GitHub.
Yeah.
What it's going to do here is it's going to, first of all, use the package scriptwriter CLI to create an instance of Umbraco. It's going to use the extension package as well that Lotte created. And use that to create an extension from the template, and then it's going to link those two things together, all without us doing anything, which is pretty cool. And now it's trying to find the package scriptwriter thing.
Okay. So that's Paul Seal's project. It's not found yet, but it knows where to find it.
Yes, it should know where to find it. Yeah.
There you go.
There you go.
Yeah, because it's a .NET tool as opposed to a .NET template, isn't it?
Yes.
This feature that Paul wrote.
Yep.
A few moments later.
Okay, I'm back. Different day. We ran into some problems trying to run the package scriptwriter CLI because the skills were missing some instructions to actually go and find them if they didn't exist yet. And from then on, everything kind of cascaded into a bit of chaos. Now that Phil has updated some of the skills, I'm going to try again and see how far we get. So let me share a screen. Cool, and this is basically where we were the last time, where the video ended just now. I'm setting up a test site called GitHub User Package with this email and password, so I can easily log in a minute. So what this will do is it will actually use the quick start skill, which then calls out to the PSW CLI. We can see that over here being ran. That one is just doing an install of Umbraco in an easy way using SQLite database. And it should be done in a minute. Then it will start doing other things that are described in the skills. So the skills look a little bit like this. There we go. In plugins. Aha. So there's a skill.md here that describes exactly what it's going to do. So it's going to take the arguments, check what exists, take action if an Umbraco doesn't exist, install doesn't exist. It will use the Umbraco extension template to set up an extension as well, and so on and so on. It's going to do a few things. So let's see how far it got. Well, it actually did everything already. So it set up the Umbraco side, it ran the Umbraco side. It also, of course, added the extension template, and it's registering the extension with the Umbraco project now. So everything that I need to set up a new Umbraco extension successfully is being orchestrated for me right now, and I just need to wait. There you go. It's linking the other project to. It's linking the extension project to the Umbraco website project. I have added the directories for the Umbraco CMS and the Umbraco UUI library source codes, so it will have some reference as to how to build these things as well. So we've set it up. It's running, it's created and built, and everything is looks okay. And now it's asking me what I actually want to build as in the GitHub package extension. So I have copied, or I will copy the prompt I have for that, which is that I want to build a property editor, which can I can use I can pick a GitHub username by typing a partial username. The info I want to store is the GitHub ID, username, and bio. Don't store the avatar. You can always reconstruct it. Let's see what it comes up with when I ask for that extension to be built. So when I ask when it's asked what I want to build, it will make a plan for me. So it's going into planning mode. You can see that at the bottom here. It's in plan mode right now, and it will generate the plan it thinks it needs to follow to build the actual Umbraco extension. It's going to look at the existing code base, looking for patterns. There is nothing yet, so it will just pick up the pattern of the templates that we've installed so far. And the templates do include a few examples, so it might deduce something from the examples already there, but it also can look at the Umbraco CMS source code to find other patterns. I didn't even check, but it says the website is running, so let's double check that that is true. There we go. I have a running website. It's got the clean starter kit installed. And if I go to the Umbraco Backoffice, I should be able to log in with my default credentials. It's correct. So there's nothing in there so much right now. It's trying to build a plan for what it wants, what it can put in there. It's really nice that it's looking at the UUI combo box patterns and seeing what's already out there for us, so we can borrow from the examples in the UUI project. Okay, so it's given me a plan. Let's see what it looks like. It's quite extensive, So it starts with the context, the property editor, with some things. It's made a wireframe for us, so it will show us sort of what the property editor will look like. I can enter a search query, and I can see it will drop down results from there. The extension type is a GitHub User Picker. It will store the data as plain umbraco.plain.json, which is a built-in way of just of storing JSON data. And then it has some models that it will use to store the data. And it knows to connect to the GitHub Search API. It knows about UI components that it wants to use, combo boxes, a loader, an icon. And then it proposes to create some files and what they are for. And it will give me the steps that it will run through. And even do a code review afterwards. We'll see if that how far we get with that one. But it looks good to me. So I'm going to choose here, yes, clear context and bypass permissions. What that does is it clears the context of what we've entered so far. But it will remember to build the plan using the Umbraco skills that we have available, because that's part of what's been put in the plan. So let's see what happens when we tell it to start building. All right, it knows that it needs to create a editor manifest, and then create a element, which is a web component that it can add to the bundle, and then do a full build. And then after the build, we can test it. If we're lucky, it will connect to Chrome and actually test it automatically for us. I say if we're lucky because I have not done this on this machine yet, but it's supposed to be available. I have the Claude extension integrated into Chrome, so it should be able to pop it up and start running some tests for us. Let's see. Okay, it's found something that it can build, and now it's running a code reviewer to see if it can improve any of the generated code already. So it's doing code quality checks, UI pattern checks, and doing some fixing if needed. It's kind of funny that it needs to do this, but yeah, it's not an IDE. Claude Code is not an IDE on its own, so it doesn't really know about the semantics of actual code. So it will do some. I'm guessing it does some static checking afterwards, and actually acting on the warnings and errors that it finds. Well, it didn't have any errors because the build actually succeeded, but on some warnings maybe. That's nice. You can see here that the reviewer applied inline style extraction. So instead of having inline styles, it extracted them into a separate file and uses classes there. And then there's a few more issues: an accessibility label and localization on the remove button, which is nice to be able to have localization out of the box so that we don't have hard-coded values in there. All right, Umbraco is back up and running. Let's see if that's true. That looks like it. Now, create an Umbraco. Some background command failed. Let's see what it did. Hang on. We scrolling up. Okay, here's a summary of what's been implemented. All of the files are created and modified. It did some validation, and it gives us instructions to do manual testing. But I really was hoping it would do the automated testing. It's from a previous session. Okay, that's fine. Current Umbraco extension instance is running fine. Umbraco is still running. State Chrome. Let's see if it knows what to do when I test it in Chrome. Otherwise, I will do some manual testing as it suggests here. Okay, it's connected now. That's nice. All right, so actually on my other screen, this has popped up. Connection is refused. That's not quite what I wanted to see. But maybe if we refresh this, no. Let's see what it says here. Connection is refused. Let me restart. Oh, it's restarting. Okay, that's why it's not connecting. That's fine. Now listening on a different port. That's better. So I do need to tell it that the certificate is safe. So let's see what it does now. So this is what it's finding now. Okay. I am on the login page. It has let me log in. Phil tells me that there's a problem with this, that it can actually fill in the things in the login page, but it can't find the submit button, which is right here. Oh, that must have been fixed in the meantime. It's been 5 days since we last recorded this, so this looks a lot more promising now. So it's going to go through now and actually edit the document type, I'm guessing. Let's see. Let's make this a bit bigger. Seems to be struggling here. Ooh, it's going to use JavaScript to force click something. Interesting. It did try to create a data type, but there's a problem with this URL here. I don't know what that means. All right. All right. Great. Yes. All right, it's doing it now. I probably could do this faster myself, but it is just very interesting to watch what it's doing here. Some things here are fun. Take a screenshot of, so it's actually taking a screenshot of the page to know where to click, which seems not super efficient, but that might be a problem that could be solved later on in the skills. It's found a GitHub User Picker. It's created, or it's trying to create a data type now. It's going to do a save in a second, I think. But at least there's no errors so far. And then it should add it to probably a new document type. It's prompting me to prompt it to do that. Okay, let's do that. Oh, that's interesting. It found a document type named author, and it's saying, oh, maybe this is a perfect place to actually put a GitHub User Picker on. And, well, I cannot disagree. This is probably a really good place to put a user picker. I can see it's doing a mix of finding elements and actually clicking on them, and then sometimes taking screenshots when it's not sure what to do, I guess. This is very nice. All right, save button. Okay, and we're back to content, and we can edit an author. There's only one author at the moment. Let's see if it's going to try and find Paul Seal on GitHub. Let's see. Now, I know what Paul Seal's username is, and it's probably not searchable from just his name. So I wonder what will happen. Now it's going to try to use my username instead. Unfortunately, there is nothing happening when it's typing, so there must be an error somewhere, which it's going to need to fix. Yeah, here we go. The combo box shows 0800, but no drop-down options appeared. So there's something that's not firing. And it's going to check the network requests, which is a good thing. I didn't think of that. I could have opened the browser tools, of course, to do some debugging, but it's trying to do that for me now. So now it's actually looking at the actual source code for the UI combo box to see what might be wrong. There you go. Search event is firing, but reading the wrong property. It's the combo box stores the search text in its .search property, not in its .value property. That's good. So I can update some code, which was the bug. And let's hope that helps. Okay, we're back to a browser that works. And it has to go back in the tree to find the authors and see if I can add an author. Maybe if I make it big enough, it doesn't have to scroll. Grab something. There we go. Should be no scrolling needed. Oh, it did it. And it found my user. Now let's see if it can select it and actually save it. That would be very nice. Let's get this stuff to pull off. All right. It has been selected. It's found my description on my profile as well. So that's showing that now. Did we actually save? Let me save the content. Okay. It says it's completed successfully, but what's it doing now? Oh, it's actually, wow, it's nice. Let me verify the value persists by navigating away and back. That's exactly what I wanted to do. So I'm very happy. It's doing that as well. There we go. It's finished the end-to-end test. A summary of what was fixed and verified is there. Now, what are we doing? Background task error. Okay, yeah, that's just, it said it found an error while trying to run it. Maybe let's test the remove button as well, now that we're at it. But apart from some little struggles, it's done everything to verify that the tests work. I'm gonna try and once it finishes this one, I'm gonna try and find some other users instead of me. That might be helpful as well. Remove and save work. The field is cleared. I'm gonna do some manual tests. So I know that this is Paul Seal. Okay, this is fantastic. It's doing all the things of searching for other users as well. So let's try Lee Kelleher. Lee Kelleher is found here as well. Fantastic. And Lotte picture can also be found. Nice. I can save. I can move away. I can remove this and save and come back, and nothing is there anymore. I think that all works as expected. Very nice. So there we have it, a GitHub User Picker built by AI in quite a short amount of time, actually, including some end-to-end tests automatically driven by Claude Code as well, or a little bit of Playwright under the hood as well. I'm very happy with this result. It's going to help people get started so much quicker. The one thing I didn't do, though, is actually look at the code and see if it's feasible to ship this code. I will leave that as a exercise to the viewers. I think it will be quite good code, because it's just use the documentation plus our actual source code to build this component. So it should be pretty close to what we recommend you write anyway. Good. Well, in absence of my other guests who have disappeared in the meantime, I will tell you to press the button, subscribe, like, press the bell. That's the one I wanted to say. And I will see you next time, and we will see you next time for another DevRel Deep Dive.